Well, good morning. It is Monday, April 19th. I'm Danielle Wiggins with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook and YouTube pages. Remember to post your thoughts on the stories covered in this edition of 3 News Now in the comments section. And as always, you can let me know your name and where you are watching from. Alrighty, so let's take a look outside because my goodness, the sun is out in downtown Cleveland, even though you see a little bit of clouds in the background there of the skyline. So this morning we are experiencing some nice temperatures here, but enjoy it while it lasts because our Hollie Strano is tracking rain and snow. Yes, I said snow, and it's heading our way. When will it arrive? Well, she has the answer.
Thanks, Danielle. And as we get a look at your weather through the rest of the afternoon, we are tracking an increase in cloud cover. That becomes quite evident. But boy, it feels good. You know, we're in the 60s today. Don't get used to it. As we head into the evening, we'll see rain showers evolving. They'll be scattered. And then tomorrow we'll have some rain showers early in the day before we start to track rain and snow tomorrow evening. I said it, and it's going to change to all snow tomorrow night and right on into Wednesday morning's drive. So it's not going to be, you know, a huge amount. It's just the timing of this thing, and because it's happening overnight into Wednesday morning's drive, it's going to be a complicated one for sure. We're looking at anywhere from 1 to 4 inches of snow possible. Areas along the lakeshore, looks like it'll be a little less for you. But bottom line is you've got to think about that commute ahead of time, and for that matter, even tomorrow evening's drive. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook, and once we get through Wednesday, we're done, at least for the moment. We'll warm into the upper 40s on Thursday, and then we're seasonal and around 60 into your weekend. Back to you, Danielle.
All righty, thank you, Holly. And new this morning, the Cleveland Metro Parks is launching a new app following a record-breaking year of visitors in 2020. It's called Find Your Path, and it will give your users access to new maps of the 18 parks, including trails and other attractions you might miss. You can also make reservations at golf courses, restaurants, and the zoo. The park system saw 19.7 million visitors last year. That is a lot. That's over 1 million more than in 2019. And switching gears, developing today, closing arguments are expected in the Derek Chauvin trial. He's the former Minneapolis officer charged with the killing of George Floyd, sparking protests nationwide. On Thursday, Chauvin told the judge he would not take the stand. The trial is scheduled to resume this morning. Meanwhile, police in Raleigh, North Carolina, arrested protesters last night during a social justice march. The event was meant to be a vigil for recent victims of police shootings, including 20-year-old Dante Wright and 13-year-old Adam Toledo. The arrest began after the event-goers burned flags, graffitied buildings, and threw eggs. And closer to home, basketball hoops will be the big topic of conversation at tonight's City Council meeting in Lakewood. It comes after police removed them last week from Madison Park. Police are citing them as evidence in recent shootings that happened at the park, but some community members are now asking why, saying there's not a justified reason for taking down the hoops.
Basketball is being associated falsely with violence.
And equating basketball with gun violence, because basketball does not equal gun violence.
Lakewood's mayor released a message last week saying she wants everyone to feel welcome and the hoops being removed is only temporary. We reached out to Lakewood Police for more information on why the hoops were removed, and we're not given an answer. All right, let's get to the latest on the coronavirus now. The CDC announcing a major milestone for the vaccine Sunday. The agency says half of American adults 18 and up have had at least 1 dose of COVID-19 vaccine. That's almost 130 million people. Meanwhile, almost 84 million adults, about 1/3 of the population, have been fully vaccinated. President Biden announced that by today, 90% of citizens over 16 years old are now eligible to get the vaccine. An infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, was on Meet the Press Sunday, talking more about the pause on the Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine. He says this week could bring a big decision from the CDC.
I think by Friday we'll know which way we're going on this. Hopefully we'll get back on track, but I don't think there's going to be anything that'll linger beyond that. I hope not. I don't think so.
Dr. Fauci also says he does not believe the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will be stopped for good. It is go time with some more of your top headlines. Peloton is challenging a government warning saying its treadmill poses serious risks to children. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission issued the urgent warning to parents after multiple reports of children becoming trapped or pinned and pulled under the rear roller. One child even died from an injury. While Peloton said it is shocked and devastated by the death, it calls the report inaccurate and misleading. Now to the UK. In Windsor, the barricades and temporary structures have been removed following the funeral of Prince Philip. As expected, his wife of 73 years, the Queen, sat by herself at the funeral due to COVID-19 protocols. The funeral was also the first time Prince Harry was reunited with his family after moving to LA, and he and his wife's, Meghan Markle's, bombshell interview with Oprah. Meghan stayed in California because she was not given doctor's permission to travel while pregnant. And new video into our newsroom. Check this out. So this comes as a volcano once again erupts on St. Vincent Island in the Caribbean. Thousands of people have already been forced to evacuate. Scientists say there have been at least 30 explosions since April 9th, and that the eruptions could continue for up to a year. Okay, now you have to check this out. An interesting sight on I-76 West in Akron this weekend. Check it out. What do you think that is? Well, this comes as a giant dome-shaped item blocked traffic for about an hour. So this is one of the photos shared on Facebook, and we posted this story on WKYC.com Sunday, and it is still topping our website. Some people said the object looked like a UFO. Others said, it looks like the bottom of a plunger. Well, the oversized load, it got stuck trying to navigate through the construction zone. And in case you're wondering, Highway Patrol says the object is actually an industrial furnace ladle used in steel making, and it, of course, is not a UFO. And to news out of this world, maybe literally, NASA made history today again. The Ingenuity Mars helicopter flew for the first time this morning.
Altimeter data confirm that Ingenuity has performed its first flight of a powered aircraft to another planet.
Very nice. The Ingenuity touched down on Mars earlier this month after disconnecting from the Perseverance rover. For its very first flight, the helicopter took off only a few feet from the ground, hovered the area a couple of seconds, and landed successfully. Today's flight became the first powered flight on another planet. And to watch the live stream of the flight and read more about this story, just head on over to WKYC.com. Well, thank you for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and beyond. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Danielle Wiggins, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on Go, starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great Monday, everybody.